My experiences with online and blended learning have really taken off since COVID. Before then, it was simply an activity here and there that I designed, but I did not make it a priority within my classroom to involve technology. However, since COVID hit, we had to go online a few times, so I was able to learn some valuable tips and tricks that have now become a part of my regular classroom teachings, where I now have a blended classroom. My classroom consists of daily rotations, including a teacher station where students are observed with a specific skill and have a check in, small group and or partner stations where they play a game together or complete an online activity, and finally an independent station where they solely use technology to watch interactive videos, answer questions, and play games and activities in response to the topic they learned about. For me, this has been a huge success, and based upon Bates' continuum, a blended classroom is one in which I have, based upon my delivery and the students' learning experiences. Open educational resources have opened my eyes and has allowed my pre-planning and instructional design to be more efficient and considered my own pedagogical practices within the classroom. Like Ritzhop stated, instructional design is a field concerned with the analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation of instructional experiences designed to make the acquisition of knowledge and skills more efficient and effective. The ADDIE template, A for analysis, D for design, D for development, I for implementation, and E for evaluation has allowed me to create learning experiences that are thorough and considers all my students. Further, I have created explicit lesson plans and activities to ensure all my students' needs are met and considered. There are a variety of learning management systems, LMS, to create valuable educational experiences. One in particular that I've had an opportunity of using and continue to use within the classroom is Google Classroom. As Irvine had said, hybrid learning has gained amplifications currently due to the COVID-19 pivot, which has been my experiences as previously discussed. Google Classroom has allowed my students to access their online education during these times. Google Classroom has allowed me to create a flexible blended classroom which introduces four components: technology, pedagogy, implementation strategies, and institutional framework. Irvine 2020. Students have a variety of choice within activities, and the activities are designed and assigned per learner, not whole group. And students have access to streams of discussions and are able to communicate with classmates and the instructor. Google Classroom has created endless learning opportunities and has created a learning community that I continue to value each day. My goal to create a blended classroom came as no surprise as I signed up for designing an online and blended learning class. I knew immediately what LMS I would use and began jotting down ideas and content that I have previously had success with within my classroom. For this course module in particular, I chose a math unit focusing around 2 digit by 2 digit addition, one in which my students always need extra support and refreshment year to year. My class dynamics is different than most. It consists of 10 students with intellectual disabilities, and therefore their learning experiences are very unique, and the teacher, being me, meets them where they are at to have a valuable learning experience. Students have opportunities to have open discussions, learn from each other, and have support throughout the entire process. Further, through Google Classroom, students have access to other educational platforms that supplement their learning, such as quizzes, Prodigy, Mathletics, Math Playground, YouTube, Lookit, Edpuzzle, Khan Academy, online flashcards, Google Forms, Doc Slides, and of course the newest introduction, Lumi. Lumi has allowed me to create interactive videos to check in with my students' learning throughout the viewing of the video. I'm excited to implement this in the fall. Through these educational platforms, I'm able to provide consistent formative assessments and eventually give my students a summative assessment to wrap up their learnings. Although blended and online learning poses great benefits, it is important to keep in mind accessibility and equitable learning. Like Bates said, no matter how powerful in educational terms a particular medium or technology may be, if students cannot access it in a convenient and affordable manner, they cannot learn from it. We must first meet the students' needs. When teaching my students and utilizing technology, I have to be careful due to the lack of technology at home, funding from the division, and ensuring my students understand how to be safe, effective, and proactive online, being digital citizens. Bates continues to say one great advantage of the intelligent application of technology to teaching is that it provides opportunities for students to learn in a variety of ways, thus adapting the teacher more easily to student differences. Thus, the first step in media selection is to know your students, their similarities and differences, what technologies they already have access to, and what digital skills they already possess or lack that may be relevant for your courses. To create accessible learning experiences, there are Chrome extensions like Google Read and Write and Read Aloud, which allows my students to listen to the text and respond verbally. iPads for repairing speech with an app called Prolocal to Go, and large keyboard or computer mouse they can use to help with fine motor skills and have letters in large to help them write and complete tasks. There are also different educational platforms and various social stories that are unique to each student. Finally, we must remember to involve the student and parents and guardians, as they are the experts and they will inform us what themselves and their child needs. Then we can use that information to meet them where they are at. Community is more than participation. It requires moving from participation to engagement and involvement and action, as Kate Patricia Cross Academy stated. Within our classroom settings, on or offline, we need to ensure our students have opportunities to discuss, participate, create, and question. Through platforms within my own classroom like Google Classroom and Flipgrid, they can have online discussions and create content. Students have opportunities to be a part of the learning, interact, and learn from each other. The teacher works alongside the students, facilitating their learnings, encouraging all to participate in learning that reflects each student. It is clear creating communities encourages students to feel supported to work together, to create knowledge, to invent, to explore ways to innovate, and by doing so, to seek the conceptual knowledge needed to solve problems rather than recite what they think is the right answer, as Bates suggests. We must develop meaningful communities where students feel welcome, supported, and innovated. Without a doubt, technology has had a great effect on me and my students within the classroom. At the end of the day, we do this all for our students, and I will continue to meet their needs. Bates and Irvine said it. We must know our learners to meet their needs, which can be through a flexible design blended classroom.